some new golf balls, man. What kind of golf balls are you looking at there?
I do need a new golf ball, and this golf ball actually that's on the back of this is the ball that changed the ball. And it's a new Callaway ball, and I actually have 2 sleeves of them that I'm going to hit this weekend. I'm headed to Tucson to play in the hashtag Troon Golf Classic 14, and it's, no, that's not even the right hashtag. It's Troon Media Classic. I created the hashtag. You would think I would know it. But it's a 4-day tournament. I get to play 4 courses in 4 days, so I'm pretty excited about. And then it's funny because I'm leaving there, going to Auction Southern Dunes, which there's an ad for Auction Southern Dunes in this issue of Golf Magazine. But Fred Couples is going to be in town on Thursday for their grand reopening. They've just finished a multi-million-dollar enhancement project, and pretty excited to be able to go play in that event. I don't think I'm playing with Freddie, but I'll be able to see him and meet him. That'll be fun. But so before we get to that, we've got a lot of things to cover today, and I don't know if 30 minutes is going to be enough time, because about a week ago, I had no idea that this person that we're featuring today on the Friday Foursome lived in Phoenix, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how small the world got just in the last couple of days. But this episode of the Friday Foursome, as always, is presented by the Back9 Network, only for a couple of more weeks, guys. Are you excited about the new sponsor?
Oh,
I am.
Good. Jason?
Very much so. I think it's going to bring some good things.
I do too. I think it'll be fun, and he's got some ideas of bringing like a weekly greenskeeper.org question of the week to the guest, and having. I might even consider making this the Friday Foursome sometimes and bringing in a member of greenskeeper.org to sit in. But that's coming up real soon. After this is over, you'll be able to watch this on YouTube in the Google Plus Golf community and on Golf Life TV. Excited about. They've actually been creating some like really cool graphics to go along with the weekly Friday Foursome, so that'll be cool to see what they come up with this week. But Jason Boslow from Shop Junior Golf, Les Bailey from Pro Golf Now are joining us, but I'm more focused on our guest of honor today. And are you outside right now, Kendall?
I am, in the beautiful, sunny sunshine of Scottsdale, Arizona.
Hey, I live there. I work there. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But Kendall Dye is with us. She's a former Symetra Tour player and now hashtag LPGA Tour player. I am so pumped to learn more about you, all that you've been through getting to the LPGA Tour, what it's going to be like playing on the LPGA Tour. But before we do that, tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, your history, and where you're sitting, like, because I kind of want to go there right now.
This is Pinnacle Peak right here. It's one of the good hiking mountains that people can come and get a little workout. Let's see, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Moved to Oklahoma City when I was about 4 years old. Grew up there. Went to the University of Oklahoma during the Sam Bradford days. Graduated in 2009. Majored in communications, so I should be able to do these all right. And let's see, I turned pro, and I've been a pro for 5 years, I guess. I've been on the Symetra Tour for 5 years, and just earned my LPGA Tour card by finishing in the top 10 on the money list for the Symetra Tour. So I was going to give myself only 3 years of professional golf to get on the LPGA, and I was on borrowed time, but thankfully I stuck with it. So I can call myself a rookie now.
That is awesome. Well, maybe a year from now, when you're the rookie of the year, we'll come back and do another one of these hangouts. And
that's the goal.
It's funny when you talk about being a communications manager. That makes me think like I want to be like, oh, so you can speak well, which you do very good at. So better than I do. So okay, now you said that you're in Scottsdale. I live and work in Scottsdale, and you pointed out Pinnacle Peak, which is probably one of my favorite mountains in Scottsdale. But your logo on your hat is not Pinnacle Peak logo. That's the Troon Country Club logo. Now, tell me what the heck you're doing at Troon Country Club and where you got that cool hat.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they gave it to me today. This is where I'm at. I'm at Troon Country Club. Just joined here after I got my card. I was kind of homeless with the golf course, and so I wrote to a couple of top courses here in the Valley, and this was my #1 pick, and thankfully they rolled out the red carpets for me and have treated me great. So I've been out here for about a week, and we had a meet and greet out here on Tuesday and got to meet a ton of members, and actually just stayed out here all day. We ended up watching basketball games late inside at the restaurant. So this is going to be kind of my home for hopefully a long time.
That's awesome. Well, I'll be out there on Friday next week, so if you're there, let's make sure that we actually physically meet for the first time. So,
yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
So he's not playing this week, I don't think, but Jason's got a really good question about a guy who spells his name wrong, so I'm going to let him kick things off with a college question.
So my question was, I know that you were at school at the University of Oklahoma, and I know that there's been some big names that have come out of Oklahoma. What is it about Oklahoma that draws a lot of golf talent, and how did you end up there?
Well, I only lived 30 minutes north of Norman. I went to school in Edmond, which is just a suburb of Oklahoma City. So basically, when we moved there in 1990, people said you got to choose OU or OSU to support. So my dad chose the right school, thankfully. And so, I mean, I grew up going to the games and spending every weekend down in Norman. And so it was always a dream of mine to go to OU. I never played outside of the state of Oklahoma. I played in one AJGA event, but I just did like the little local $25 golf tournaments, and so I wasn't really highly recruited, and I knew that I didn't want to go outside of the state of Oklahoma because that's all I knew growing up. So I got lucky. They offered me a scholarship, and then that turned into a full scholarship. So it was a dream come true. It was some of the best 4 years. Anthony Kim was there while I was there. They recently switched once I graduated to new coaching for both the men and the women, and they've been in the top 5, top 15 the last 4 years. So they've got all the money in the world. The donors are so supportive of all the sports, and so the facilities are fantastic. They play at tremendous golf tournaments. We went to Hawaii twice, went to Puerto Rico every single year. So if you play a sport at OU, you don't go without. They make sure that we are taken care of.
So that's funny you brought up Anthony Kim. So one of my son's golf coaches several years ago, his name was Josh, and I'm drawing a blank on his last name, but he went to school with you guys as well at University of Oklahoma, and he claimed anyway to know Anthony really well, and you guys were all pretty good pals. So anyway, so that's my Oklahoma story.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your card, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, no, Anthony is still alive. I called him Tupac the other day because I said people think you are dead.
If I remember right.
Yeah, he was in Houston, but he's been texting me randomly in the last couple weeks. So he's been a good friend of mine, but then the last couple of years he's kind of gone MIA. So it was good to see that he's still alive and well.
That might be breaking news that he's still alive, because I think a lot of people think that he's just kind of like, so I mean, you heard it here first. Anthony Kim is still alive and texting.
All right.
Les probably doesn't text much, but I'm going to let him ask the next question.
Well, once again, congratulations on your LPGA Tour card.
Thank you.
Now that you have your tour card, I was kind of interested in what your goals are for 2015. We're going to.
Yeah, I'm not a huge goal setter, believe it or not, but the one goal that for next year would be to get Rookie of the Year. You can only really achieve that once. And also to finish in the top 80 on the money list. I know that doesn't sound like a very difficult goal, but it is. I mean, you've got to make a lot of money out there, probably 6 figures in order to retain my card. So I know it's going to be a big learning curve, but also it's just golf. If I can just remember that and just keep to myself and do my own thing, then things should turn out well.
Yeah, it's mostly played in that 5 inches between your ears, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
So you're a Tour Country Club now, so you play there and we'll play there a lot, but there are a lot of other good golf courses in Scottsdale and Phoenix, so pick your top 3, not including Tour Country Club, and if they all happen to be Troon courses, that's okay. That's
okay. That's a good thing. Let's see. Estancia, I rate for Golf Digest. Estancia's in the top 100, and it's fantastic. I did get to play Whisper Rock. All the PGA pros are there, which is great. I haven't played the upper. Gosh, there's just so many. There's so many good ones. You put me on the spot.
He's good at that.
Oh, yeah. Desert Highlands, right next door. Desert Highlands. It's a Jack Nicklaus design. It's awesome. It's really great.
And I've not played any of those, so I'm just going to have to take your word for it and say that you're right.
You got to know the right people. I somehow get in with the right people.
No kidding. You got a cool Troon Country Club hat, and you didn't even have to pay for it.
I know.
Ricky, you work for Troon and don't even have those contacts.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
And we don't even have Troon hats. What's wrong with this picture?
I don't even know if I have.
I'll send y'all some.
I really were talking to the wrong person. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Jason, next.
So as I was doing some homework on you, I saw an interesting article that kind of threw me for a loop, and it says that you're a dove hunter.
And said what?
It said that you had a toured dove hunting experience. I thought that was really cool, and I kind of wanted to hear what your take on that was. Is that something that you normally do, or is that like a one-off type thing?
I was kind of somewhat making fun of our tour stop because we played in West Kansas, and none of us have even had to wear pants. I mean, we play in beautiful places, warm weather, and West Kansas, Garden City, they were fantastic to us. It was a great golf course, but it turned and it was like 20s and snow. And so anyways, I'm like, if we're going to go to freaking West Kansas, we might as well go hunting. Like, what else do you do? Like, that's what my dad does. Like, he goes, why do you go to Kansas? You go to hunt. So anyways, the Symetra Tour media, he kind of ran with that and hooked us up. And we might have been a little illegal since none of us had, you know, we didn't have licenses. And then when I came back with my shotgun, which it was during the Ray Rice week, and so I had this pump shotgun, and the first time that I tried to hit a dove, I missed. But then the second time, I'd get it, but it would be like down on my bicep. So I had this huge black bruise for probably a week. So it looked like Ray Rice was beating me up. But so I come back to the Jeep, and I've got my shotgun. It's locked, but I'm like, I'm locked, but I'm loaded. And so they start taking out the shotguns, and I had 6 in there, which apparently you're only supposed to have 3 with a plug. So I was really illegal. But we got some, so it was fun.
Why do you need 6 shotguns? Like, 1 seems like plenty.
I know. I kept forgetting to refill the gun with ammo. So I just said, screw it, I'm just going to put 6 in there instead of 3.
Well, the pictures looked like you were having a good time. I thought it was a cool article.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I got to say, this is a record-breaking Friday Foursome because I've never talked about dove hunting on an episode before. So that's pretty...
And she was talking about 6 shells in her chamber, not 6 shotguns.
Yeah.
I was like, why do you need 6 shotguns? See, that's how much I know about hunting. I have no idea.
Same here.
Les.
Yeah, my next question was who was your LPGA hero as you were growing up? Who did you look up to and
of course, the Annika and Lorena's, but I did get to meet the #1 person that I've put on a pedestal. I got to meet her 2 weeks ago. My second night, they flew us out, the LPGA flew us out, the rookies, to the final event of the year in Naples, Florida. We were just coming back from a dinner, and I ran into Julie Inkster in the lobby. It was just the 2 of us. And it was pretty, I had a little liquid courage. I had a nice little glass of wine, and I think she probably did too. And I said, Julie, can I please introduce myself to you? And so we chatted, and after a while she goes, I want you on my Solheim Cup team. It's in September in Germany. I said, well, okay, pick me. You have a captain's pick. So she asked if I wanted to play in any practice rounds with her next year, and I'm like, absolutely. So she takes my phone and puts all of her contact info in, and then I text her that night, trying to play cool, right? It's like we're dating or something. And then the next day she texts me back, and I freaked out like a nerd. But it's pretty surreal. I mean, she's a mom, she's a wife, she's a Hall of Famer. I mean, she's amazing. So I cannot wait to play in a practice round with her.
Yeah, I followed her around at the Konica Classic one year, and she's definitely a personality.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So speaking about LPGA players, are there any tour players that you haven't met that you're excited and or nervous to run into or bump into on the driving range or on the golf course?
I've heard rumors about people of, they're cool, stay away from them, and I'm really excited to meet Christy Kerr. She wears my dream sponsor of Diet Coke. That's my addiction. So I'm gonna try and steal that away from her. But and she lives out here in Scottsdale. I'd love to meet her and possibly play with her while we're at home. Suzanne Pedersen, I like to see her. See her in her less intense days. Michelle Lee, she's huge. She's so tall. I got to see her in person the other day. I feel like a shrimp boat around her. Lydia Ko's hilarious. I can't wait to actually get to meet her. There's so many different characters out there that it's going to be really cool.
That's awesome. Jason.
So speaking of that, what is the tournament that you were most looking forward to this year being on the LPGA Tour?
Jeez, that's tough. So I played Royal Melbourne in 2012. I Monday qualified and got to play in the Australian Open, so we're going back there in February. So I really would like some revenge there. I mean, the first one I'm really antsy about. I'm excited. So that one will be nice to get underneath my belt. The Bahamas, I mean, all of them, of course. Atlantis, that's like a dream resort, so I'm excited. Hawaii, Dallas. I've never been to San Fran. That's like dream city for me, so hopefully I have some time to sneak away and eat at a good restaurant or something. But I mean, Dallas is close to home, so hopefully some people will come and watch. But
I'm going to come see you in Dallas because that's where I'm at, and we will be at the tournament this year in Dallas.
Better make signs and scream and body paint and everything.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
I can see Jason sporting some body paint. So you said Atlantis in the Bahamas. I've actually been there, and that's a troon course. So make sure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you staying at the resort? Do they put you up at Atlantis?
I don't know if they put you up, but yes, I will be purchasing there.
I will be staying there.
Australia, they do put me up.
Les.
Yes. When did you actually decide that what was the moment when you decided that you were going to be a pro golfer?
Well, yeah, I think I always wanted to be a professional athlete. Basketball was my favorite sport, still is my favorite sport, but I was too short, too slow. So I always just kind of said, in college, if I happen to get better before I graduate, then we'll think about it. But in the back of my mind, I kind of always knew that that's what I wanted to do. I mean, heck, do y'all like my office? I get to wear a hat, get to wear, comfy clothing, and I don't have a boss. So it's a pretty good gig. I want to do this for as long as possible.
It is a pretty good gig, huh?
Your caddy is your boss. Who is your caddy, by the way?
My caddy is not my boss. Hello. He's my one employee.
I just wanted to see how you would react to that.
No. No bosses
here. A club to hit, right?
I'm the CEO here. I'm currently, I don't have one at the moment. Still searching.
Okay.
Did you hear that, Ricky? She doesn't have a caddy.
I did hear that.
After she talked about all the cool places she's going to, I'm a great caddy for my 9-year-old. I don't know how good I'll do for you, but I'd be willing to throw it out there.
I'm a pretty easy boss. I'm really easy.
Jason,
I'm too old to carry a bag of clubs around a golf course.
You can carry the front 9, and then we'll tag team Jason. Come in for the last bit.
That's funny. Jason, caddy extraordinaire, back to you.
Yeah, so my fascination with golf is related to junior golf because of my son. So I was curious how you got started back in your early days, and tell us a little bit about your junior golf career.
Okay, yeah, so we joined a club when we moved to Oklahoma City in 1995. We joined the Greens Country Club, and we're still members there, and they still let me come back and play there. So I've got an older brother, Adam. He's 2 years older. And so basically whatever he did, and that was his sport, I just wanted to do and do better. And so my dad would take us out on Sunday afternoons after church, and the only real reason why I wanted to go out there was to drive the golf cart. So as soon as we got away from the clubhouse, move over, Dad. So that was really the reason why I got out there. But my dad always says we had God-given talent. He would just crack up that we were these little bitty kids and just striping down the fairway. I didn't know what I was doing. We never really had lessons, and so I think I just kind of mimicked my brother's golf swing and trial and error and stuff like that. So we were country club kids. I mean, it's not a stuffy golf club. I mean, it's real laid back, and I don't know, my parents were never forceful about you've got to go practice. We kind of wanted to be out there. I mean, it was kind of like a good babysitter. I'd only call my mom when Adam would throw a club in the tree, come get me, Mom, But like I said, I never played outside the state of Oklahoma. I just played little local $25 South Central section events. And that was good enough for me.
Cool here because that's kind of where we're at right now. So it's very good to see your success in that same kind of model, if you will. So
right,
cool.
And that was a different day. Unfortunately, now the parents almost have to invest in their kids if they want to get recruited, or you just got to get lucky. And I got lucky. I mean, I didn't even make a college resume for OU. I just got very lucky. So yeah, that was it. I mean, we played all the sports, but when I got to high school, I just focused on golf, and thankfully that got me a scholarship.
Awesome.
That is cool. So how important is fitness to your game? How many days a week are you working out?
Yeah, right now, I actually did get into boxing. I just went to see a guy this morning because I hurt myself a little bit by doing that. I kind of go at one speed, and I was the only one in the class hurting, pain in my hands and fingers, so I have to stop. So I just met with the trainer this morning, and I'm going to get back after it next week. But I enjoy hiking. I'm not a gym rat. I like to be outdoors and do things like that,
That's really cool. Yeah, I've never thought of boxing, though. It doesn't seem like something I'd be.
Yeah, well, I've got brittle bones, but it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. So I got the gloves and everything, but
Now, Les, I
Don't
can
mess
see Les
with me.
being a boxer. I bet Les is a boxer.
I think we ought to, Jason, I think we ought to arrange a boxing match between Kendall and Ricky here.
She would win. I forfeit. Towel has
I'm pretty
been thrown in.
Don't mess with me.
She'd probably kick your butt.
I know she would. Les, any final questions from you? We are almost out of time. My God, I feel like we could sit here and talk all day. This is awesome.
No, that's all right. I'll pass.
No, you get one more. I'm going to give you one more. You're in a good mood today, so I want you to ask one more.
Obviously, the LPGA has had its best year in 2014. Do you see any changes on the tour as far as more money and that kind of thing coming along, or?
Yeah, I don't know the actual statistics, but I know that there's more tournaments. They're actually kind of, I think, at where they want to be. Event-wise, the money is bigger and better than ever, but I don't know actual statistics. TV, social media, everything is up.
Well, what did you think of the U.S. Open being played on the same golf course as the men the following week? Did you think that was good, or? I mean, it was good for Michelle Wie, but. yeah, Link definitely played. I talked to so many people beforehand, people who take care of golf courses, and they were very skeptical. You know, it just, I don't know if they'll ever do it again. I'm not really sure. But I also didn't, you know, I wasn't there to see it firsthand of how the women, you know, condition-wise and stuff like that. But, So you don't think it's a very good idea then?
Answer.
Yeah.
So you don't think it was a good idea then? I mean,
Speaking of social media, the LPGA Tour retweeted the live stream link. So if they're watching, thank you for the support that they're giving us to this. This is awesome. You're actually the second LPGA Tour player we've had. We had Stacy. Well, I was in a hangout with the LPGA Tour with Stacy and Lexi and a couple of others, but Amelia was on. Do you know her?
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
She was on. That was a while ago.
Player.
Yeah, she is. She's a stick for sure. Jason, final question from you.
Well, final question. Les brought up money, so I'm curious, who are your sponsors, and if you would like to give them a quick plug, go right ahead.
Thank you. I wear my ping hat 99.9% of the time, and today I'm wearing my new freebie. So let's see here. Troon Country Club is my new home course. I play ping equipment, Titleist ball and glove. Still working on some shoes. Still working on clothing. Still working
on makes some really good shoes. Wink, wink.
I'm wearing my OU logo today. So.
I saw that.
Kent Wool, they provide me with socks. Maui Jim provides me with sunglasses.
I know who you need to talk to about shoes. True Linkswear. They're local.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Ryan Moore on the PGA Tour wears them, and we're affiliated with them at Troon, so I'm sure Dave would be able to introduce you to those guys, and if not, I can send an email introduction for sure. So their shoes are awesome. Like,
are you my agent now?
Shoes. I think so, and caddy. I can wear multiple hats.
Wow. Which one?
That's funny. Okay, well, Jason, Les, thanks for all the questions. This is awesome. I'm sure Kelly Shaw's been watching because I know she's a huge fan, and she was unable to join, but I'm going to tell her that you said hello because I know she's a huge fan. So we have this. I don't know if I told you about this last section. That's called the lightning round, and it's 9 what we were calling rapid fire questions, but
oh no. Okay.
Yeah. So, but you are a communications major, so you should be able to handle this. So
I am from Tennessee.
Are you ready for the lightning round?
Let's go.
All right, here we go. So you said Titleist, but what golf ball are you playing? The specific
Titleist
model.
Pro V1.
Awesome. What is your handicap?
I don't have one.
What is
I just joined though. Maybe I'll get one.
Yeah, you should get one because I'm curious. I'm sorry, you're not. Pause the lightning round. You're not required to keep one for the tour. They don't make you have one.
We don't have to use a handicap.
Well, I know, but like I didn't know if they made you like have one.
I wish. It would be great. I'd totally sandbag it.
So what is your favorite PGA Tour major championship?
Masters.
Have you ever been? That's not one of the questions.
Never.
I'm just curious.
Never.
There are a lot of them. What's your favorite golf movie?
Happy Gilmore.
Ooh,
good call.
I love it, yes.
Who knows how
what
many
is
times I watched that as a kid?
Your single favorite Symetra Tour memory? I'm sure there are a lot of them, but what's the number one thing when you think of the Symetra Tour that stands out over everything else?
Winning.
Ooh,
in March.
That is awesome.
Good answer.
Okay, so
being doused with water is awesome.
Champagne's better. So now that you're on the LPGA, maybe they'll do it with champagne.
There you go.
So I am Tiger's biggest fan. Will Tiger break Jack's record? Why or why not?
No, unfortunately.
Another good answer.
What did he shoot yesterday? Hockey stick?
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
No, I mean, Tiger's great for the game of golf, but unfortunately everyone's caught up to him and they're not intimidated anymore. And he's, he's human. I hope so. That'd be great. That'd be so cool, but
I was
I'm a
going to
doubter.
forgive the no answer until you asked what he shot yesterday, but at least he didn't shoot 80. They had a stat that he shot 41 on the front, that he hadn't shot 40 on the PGA Tour since Jordan Spieth, who shot like 52 yesterday. Jordan was 4 years old the last time Tiger shot 40 on tour. So think about that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Have you ever had an ace?
I've had 4. I had
That's
one
a
the day
record for us.
Really?
Yeah, 3 was the previous record.
Let's see, I had one the day I committed to OU, and then I had 3 in 9 months from June of 13 to, recently. 2 double eagles. So I've gotten lucky. I can die happy now.
So tell me about the one that you got whenever that's a really cool day, a week to have, the OU plus the...
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. No, it was a good day because I was in school, and me and my best girlfriends, who we're still best friends today, we got on the homecoming court. Woohoo! That was pretty cool. And then we go to golf practice, and we were just playing a fun little 9. I get a hole in one. I think I shot 31, and then I got hungry or something, so I didn't play the other 9. So I'm like, what would I have shot? And then, then that night I called OU and committed to him. So it was good, but I had to wait 9 years for my second one.
Wow.
But then I had 3 within 9 months, so
That's crazy.
The best feeling. How many have you had, Ricky?
None.
That's the first time somebody else has asked a question. That's cool.
I know. I do like that. I actually have one with a star, but that's a long story, and we don't have time for that, and nobody wants to hear that.
Even I had one.
Yeah, see, Les has had one. I've not. I have had a double eagle, so I have that, and I feel like that's as meaningful as an ace.
Tougher.
Yeah.
Tougher.
So, and you've had 2 of those, so that's awesome.
Yeah, I got lucky on those too.
Who's in your perfect foursome? We're a part of the Friday Foursome, but if you had to play in live or dead, who is in your perfect foursome?
Keith Urban will be in my cart.
Ooh.
He'll drive my cart. You can send this to him. Let's see. I'll say Jimmy Fallon and Ellen DeGeneres. They don't have to be golfers, do they?
Hell, that would be awesome.
Well, they do play.
Well, Jimmy does play, and he's going to be in town for the Super Bowl. So let's.
I know, and I'm going to be in Ocala,
event
Florida.
happen. Oh,
I'll be my first event. I know, I'm so bummed.
Well,
I want to
yeah,
go to
but
the
it's,
Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah.
I watch Jimmy every night, watch Ellen every day, and Keith I see in my dreams every night. Just kidding.
I'm going to go back and transcribe that and be like, the best quote from a Friday Foursome episode ever is that.
Yeah, I'd stay away from that one.
Well, I got to get it into his hands. And the final question of your Friday Foursome, what is next for Kendall Dye?
What is next?
Yeah.
I'm getting on an airplane to fly to Oklahoma City to go to the OU-OSU football game tomorrow.
Fun stuff.
That is what's next.
That'll be awesome. Well, everybody, thank you this has been fantastic. Kendall, thank you for being able to come in on short notice. Go out and play some golf at Trin Country Club, and as Jesus Martinez stole from what I consider the best golf movie of all time, make more birdies.